Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. You know me. What's going on, man? Yeah, I'm hanging, chilling. How's everybody doing? Let's see. I just put out my Thor video, King Thor. That's issue number something. Oh man, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm kind of like whatever here. Oh man. Let me fix this over here so I can actually see when people are talking to me. What do you get there, tough guy? Anybody remember the Jerky Boys? They were always fun. All right. Bang. Okay, so we're good. Anyway, so what's up, everybody? Oh, geez, thrown in. Hey, collector. Oh, collector 123. What's going on? Comic League 20. Doing pretty good. How you doing? What'd you change the name for? Out of curiosity. I was thinking about changing my name to Dirk Diggler. Anybody see that movie with Donnie Wahlberg? I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was the story of Dirk Diggler. That was just such a great movie. Oh man. What's up, DC Big Oso? Yeah. Wow, that's like a really big name. So we're just gonna do DC. Change it because I wasn't feeling it. That's fine. That's fine. I guess that works. Comics League 20. That works. Boogie Nights. Yes. Thank you, DC. Much appreciated. Okay, so I really don't need this thing up because I can see everything right here on this thing. Let's see, how long does it take for it to transfer over there? Huh. It actually goes faster here. I can actually see the comments faster there. But okay, here, let me see about Death Bro. What's up, Death Bro? Listen, you're gonna be my target. Bang! Okay, so I can put people's comments up there. Okay, good. I'm trying to get used to hey, power to the people. What's up, brother? So I'm trying to get used to this new Streamlabs thing here because it should greatly improve. Oh, look at that. I can even see how many people are on right there instead of searching for. I hate to say this, but Streamlabs is a better platform than anything that YouTube's has made up yet. And that includes YouTube. If only they had storage, man. Shoot, I would quit YouTube and just jump right over there. Yes, I had a very you're a target now. You got to get like that bullseye thing. Oh, just do the public enemy symbol. You remember the public enemy symbol? I had to like boom and the dude's right there. That was great. Yes, I had a Merry Christmas. Trying to get everybody finish all the candy canes off the tree so I can put the tree away now. Just don't want this big like artificial foliage just in the middle of the living room, man. So what's everybody doing? How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? Oh, I got my Alpha Flight set for the Marvel Legends, the Alpha Flight set. It's pretty cool. I think I put up a picture on Instagram. I think I did. I need to check Instagram more often. You know what? I'm gonna check Instagram right now. So let me see what we got here. First off, there's a missed call. With all due respect, my peeps, I do not answer phone calls that I do not know, and I don't use voicemail. I have a separate program for voicemail. I don't do it here. Anyway, what do you call it? Yeah, I don't answer phone numbers I don't know. So there's no chance of getting me by accident. Ain't gonna happen. Too quick for that. Can't catch the cat. Cat's too quick. All right. So, ooh, followers and stuff like that. Whoa, hey, some people sharing my photo. Will Conrad shared one of my photos. Well, that was freaking awesome. Wow. Will Conrad drew an issue of Hawkman, and I follow him. And wow, that was extremely freaking cool of him. Richard Pace liking the the Alpha Flight. Okay, so I did put up the Alpha Flight thing. Hey, Chaos and Comics. I was just talking to Chaos and Comics on Dylan's. Oh crap, I can't remember Dylan's YouTube channel. Ah crap. If Dylan shows up, go and check out his YouTube channel. He was on for like 2 hours or something like that on Christmas night. I think it was Christmas night. And I was scrolling by on YouTube. I was just out with her family and everything, and everybody, like my kids already went to bed, and my wife went to bed. I was like, all right, go to bed. And then I was like, I'll probably be in a little while. And I came in here just to see what's up really quick because I didn't go on the computer at all the whole day. And I saw that Dylan was live. I was like, oh, let me go check it out. Hey, Dylan, how's it going? He's like, holy crap, you got to jump on. I was like, all right, fine, I'll jump on. So I got to hang out with him. That was very cool. Also, Bueller's I can't remember how it's called, but Bueller, Comics with Bueller, whatever that one is. Um, Dude does a whole bunch of cool stuff. He does a bunch of the like if you're big into key issues and CGC sort of things, like the first appearance stuff like that, that's a good channel to go to. And he was on. So that was cool. I got to talk to him also because I seen a couple of his videos. I'm just like, hey, what's up? So that was cool. And Chaos and Comics, which is a criminally small channel. I looked at a bunch of his stuff that night also and subscribed to a whole bunch of people. Well, there was a bunch of people on there who all jumped on. Biggie Shack was on, and that was cool. There was a whole bunch of people in our community that was on that night. And you should definitely go and check that out on Dylan's. You look up comic books, Dylan's, and stuff like that. Because yeah, what's the name of the Russian version of the Avengers? The Winter Guard? Is that what you mean? Whoa, 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 whoa! He sells comics too, or he does the winning comics also. Damn, Bueller's like the man. I'm sub to him. Maybe I'm gonna have to go in there and try and win some comics also, dude. What's up with that? That is awesome, Coffee Breath. Congratulations, Reggie. What's going on, Reggie Simmons? How you doing? Got my Fantastic Four wave in the UK. Oh, I'm so jealous because I can't find my freaking Fantastic Four wave here. Dylan's comic book rants. Sorry. Yes, Dylan's comic book rants. That's his name because I just found it on Instagram. He's all over Instagram. He Instagrams better than I do. Yes. So anyway, wow, a lot of people. I gotta up my Instagram game, my peeps. The professor is sorely lacking there. Anyway, what's going on? Soviet super soldiers. Yeah, the Winter Guard Soviet super soldiers. They got a couple different names. I forgot about that one. Thank you, Power. Much appreciated. Hey, Sue Ann is here. Hey, listen, I know that this week's what do you call it? The This Week in Comics, duh, like the name was right there. This week, my Wu-Tang post. I only did one Wu-Tang post. I like literally grabbed my CD. I think I have my CDs over here, a couple of them. Yeah, which one of my CDs? Oh, Enter the Wu-Tang is right up on top. Professor Bill has got a very eclectic taste, man. I loves me some Tom Petty. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I genuinely, every time I thought about it, I cried for probably more than a week when Tom Petty died. Like, that was heartbreaking. This guy, he is so legendary. Him and Bob Dylan are the two names that if you can't sing, but you want to sing, that's all right. Just stop sounding like everybody else and you'll sound like yourself. And it doesn't matter what you sound like. You're going to be awesome because let's face it, Bob Dylan's got a crappy voice. Tom Petty has got a crappy voice. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, Neil Young is another one. He's got a beautiful voice, but nobody can replicate that voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can replicate these voices. Like, they're just amazing. And this guy right here, I loves me some Tom Petty. Also got some Godsmack up in here. And because I'm a Jersey boy, goodbye. So these are only 4 CDs that I've got out. Yeah, I still do CDs, whatever. A bunch of young people are like, CDs, what the hell are those? Is that like a record album? Yes, it's like a record album without the needle. So, but well, where's tapes and all? Anyways, oh, and tapes with the pencil and turn it backwards. You got to fix it because the stuff came out. And dude, I've used 8-tracks. You know what I'm saying? They're technically before my time, but I've used 8-tracks. There's a lot to be said for them. But man, those things break easily. Anyhow, like I probably should do the iTunes and put some tunes on my phone and whatnot. I should probably get on that. I just have too much to do. I have way too much to do. So we'll see. Trying to find a comic book with Ursa Major, like a specific one. There was a really good Ursa Major couple of appearances in the Black Widow series, not the most recent one by Jodie Hauser. Was it the one with the Soska sisters? I forget. Anyway, the one where she came back to life. and the Ursa Major was there with her. Those were really good ones. Otherwise, you're probably looking for if you're looking for something specific, you're probably looking for his first appearance in the Incredible Hulk. Would that be like 182? No, duh, stupid. It's definitely not 182. That's the issue after Wolverine's first full appearance. Anyway, what do you call it? Something like that. 142. Maybe it's issue 142. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, yeah, Ursa Major. Okay, so school is in session. School. School represents one of the lower grades. Now, this is university. Class is in session, man. But what's going on, Dragan Stromberg? Yo, yo, yo. What's Oh, Dylan, I was just advertising you. It's just advertised, just telling people that I was on your live stream recently. Oh, and if I have the chance, you guys should definitely go and check out, like for real, like let's bump this guy up a lot because he's doing another live stream on New Year's, I believe, and I don't know if I'm going to be free because family, but I believe Comics with Bueller is going to be on there, and if I do find the time, yeah, I'll be on there also. So we'll see what's up. Um, and yeah, literally just a whole bunch of people just talking about comic books. It's in many regards, it's what I want to do. I've been looking for people to just hang out and just talk about comic books, whatever, like try and do some kind of a podcast, try and do something like that. Just a bunch of like-minded people just spitting back and forth about comics. It's hard to find people who have the same schedule as you. When you have a schedule that you don't sleep, it's a little harder, But anyway, what else we got in here? Don't worry, Professor, you will find it soon. It was worth the wait. Super Scroll has tight legs. That came out wrong. No, no, no. I know exactly what you're talking about, though. Yeah, because I've heard people saying things like that. The legs are really tight on him. It's hard to move and whatnot. Yeah, it's messed up. I've got 3 or 4, I think 3 of the Talos figures for the Marvel Legends. So I've got a small army to build up there. I'm thinking about just trying to find a couple more. Like if I can find them cheap, I would love to build a small scroll army, just, change a couple of them a little bit here and there. Because then you got the super scroll also. But dang, you know what I'm saying? I've got 3 each of the 2 other Kree there, and I just use them as the pink skin and the blue skin Kree, even though it's all black. The one guy, Genis Vale, I'm gonna just use him as the blue skin Kree because I can. um, what do you call it? Listen to the boss. Petty was so good. Hells yes, he was. Still collecting my vinyl over here. Nice. No worries there, DC. My brother got me an Alexis. Oh, really? An Alexis for Christmas. I'm getting to make my favorite. Oh, that is awesome. Plays me classical music while I slumber. Nice, nice. Yeah, all that old Italian and uh, Austrian music. Just yeah, I love and listen to some of that stuff. The reason I was asking about Ursa Major is there's a good chance he'll be in the new Black Widow movie. That's a good point. That's a good point. You know what pisses me off? They didn't bother making a figure for him, but maybe they will make a second figure for him because we could use that figure. And then when they make that figure, they can also make Titanium Man, but I want it to be like the big, gigantic, oversized, bulky Titanium Man. Ooh, an Easter egg. I would really like them to make it so that the chest pops open and the little gremlin figure will pop out. Because remember when the gremlin was actually the Titanium Man for a while? I want to pop out like he did back in Armor Wars with the gun and be like, "Hey, man!" and point at Crimson Dynamo, but like, no. I wanted to have all of the freaking Winter Guard. I wanted them to have all the Winter Guard because that would be freaking epic. Yeah. Anyway, um, let's see what else we got here. What else we got? Um, Paula, what's up, Paula? Ho ho ho! Merry belated Christmas and Happy New Year. You know, I saw okay, so my kids had to get ugly Christmas sweaters for the final day of school before Christmas break. So my wife and I are at Walmart, of course, looking for an ugly winter sweater. And I run into the worst people in the freaking world. You know what I'm saying? When we were in line, I went to the self checkout just because the other lines were too ridiculous. And I'm like, whatever, man, fine. I'll work here for free. So I went in, I was like, boop, 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 scanned out a bunch of things, and we're trying to leave. And this one guy, um, he cut me off. Like I was going and my wife and kids were right behind me. I had the cart and like he cuts them off from me as we're leaving the little thing. It's got the little little scanner thing to make sure you're not stealing anything. Anyway, he cuts off my family and I looked at him, I was like, what, are you in a rush? And he's like, yeah, actually I kind of am. So I stopped and I stood in front of his cart. I was like, that's a damn shame because you're not going to move past me. And since you just cut off my family, you'll wait until they mosey their way up here. And he's like, what's your problem, you degenerate? I'm like, let me get this straight. You just bumped my family out of the way like a jerk off, but I'm a degenerate? Okay, cool. He's like, yeah, why don't you go home and polish up your welfare checks? At this point, I screamed in laughter. I started dying, and I'm like, I'm sorry. What did you just say? Polish up my is that something that poor people do? Is that something that welfare recipients do? They polish a welfare check? And why would you say that in the front? And by the way, since I'm a little bit hard of hearing, I always talk kind of loud anyway, unless I'm in a very quiet setting. I always talk loud because I have to hear myself. But at this point, I know that I'm very loud, and I just raised my voice. I'm like, did you just say that because I shop at Walmart? Guess what, bud? You're here too, you freaking douchebag. What are you, stupid? What are you, 8? Like, that is the stupid. You know what? You know what? Your mother. From this point on, everything you say, I'm rubber, you're glue, and it was your mother, and I sleep with your mother. That's everything else from now on. Because literally, you are so stupid. I can't believe you. And he's like, yeah, like I completely baffled him with the "you shop here too" thing. Like he was just like, oh, and I'm not going to say his ethnicity, but he was wearing glasses. And anybody who's in the army knows what BCGs are. I'll tell you what they are in a moment. So he goes and he just does not know who I am. So he goes and he raises his voice back at me, but to a degree. It's obviously like he's trying to amp up, but he sees a much bigger dude standing in front of him. And he started this. And he says, what does he say back to me? He says something back. Oh, he he insults my glasses. What a freaking moron. He insults my glass and he says, yeah, you obviously shop for your glasses here at Walmart. I'm like, okay, I don't mean to sit here and start bragging, but I actually paid about $1,000 for these glasses, Canadian, so it's actually about $250 American. But I was like, I actually paid about $1,000 for these glasses because they're titanium, so they're about as light is going to get. They're not going to break; they'll only bend. And all the treatments that I got for the glasses themselves, they're actually twofold for reading and for distance. And although the reading thing sucks, just saying, they've also got the anti-glare. They've also got the what else they got? Oh, they get dark in the light. So if I'm outside, they act as sunglasses. Like there's all these features that I was like, listen, just throw them all on, whatever. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got well, actually, my wife, we've got good insurance. So they actually didn't cost that much, but altogether, it's supposed to be like $1,000-some-odd. I was like, meanwhile, you're standing here with those plastic BCGs. Oh, you don't know what BCGs are? See, in the military, we call BCGs birth control glasses. You know why we call them birth control glasses? Because they are so ugly, there's no way you're getting laid with them. They're the best birth control ever. Mind you, he's there with his wife. So he's like, yeah, sorry, do you not see my wife here? It's like, oh, unlike you, I did see your wife here. The thing is, I thought it was your sister because the genetics, they seem to run very close, which would probably make sense why she's with you. This got an uproar in the Walmart. Besides the 2 security guards coming over, people were laughing their asses off at this. Like, dude, you do not make fun of me in public because one, I have no shame. I do not get embarrassed. I never get embarrassed. And two, I grew up in neighborhoods where you physically fight and you definitely rank on each other. You make fun of each other. You crack jokes at each other, and you're not allowed to have a thin skin because that's when they're going to get you. So, like, I could not believe this guy. So he's like, "What are you? What are you like a what? Like, how old are you?" I was like, maybe 8 years old, like you." He's like, "You're an idiot." I was like, "Your mother's an idiot." He's, "Oh, that's such a good one." I was like, "I did tell you that since you're such a child, I'm going to keep on throwing those at you, right?" So it's like, whatever, whatever, and he starts telling the security guards, you should like stop him. Like, you should call the cops on him. This guy's a jerk. I was like, hey, bud, I thought that you were in a rush. Not really in a rush. No, you just wanted to be rude. You wanted to be a dickhead, didn't you? And he's just like, you know what? Fuck you. He screams it. You. Now, if you thought before got a huge laughter, wait for this one, because this is my common response whenever somebody tells me F you. Okay. My common response since I was a teenager is in your wettest dreams. I cannot begin to tell you how many people were literally dying when I said this. And granted, most people were just like trying to ignore it, act like it wasn't happening and whatnot. Even one of the security guards started laughing hysterically. He's just like he's like this. He's trying to contain everything. I just dropped this guy. I dropped this guy, and I go walking out. I'm just like, you want to talk about holding people? Hold this guy, because if he follows me in the parking lot and starts talking too much, I'm going to drop him like a bad habit. So I just walk out with the family. He's like, yeah, and he's trying to make fun of me. He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah. What are you like a homophobe?" I was like, "You're the racist one, suggesting that I'm on welfare. Why? Because my wife is black. You know what? We could start throwing ethnic slurs at each other, right, boy?" Wow, what a jerk. No, he was not black or white. Anyway, like, what an absolute jerk. I could not freaking believe this guy. Anyway, you find all sorts of things, all sorts in the world. So anyway, we got this ugly, stupid freaking sweater. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. You guys love when I make fun of people. Is it just me, or is it getting crazy out there? I love the um what the heck is his name? How do I forget his name? The greatest Joker of all time. And no, it's not the recent one. Crap. Let me show. I'm going to show you a magic trick. I'm going to make his pencil disappear, like the greatest freaking version of the Joker. And every time I see a new one, every time I see a new version of the Joker, it just reminds me how great that. What the heck is his name, peeps? What the heck is his name? Is there a time delay or something? Somebody usually corrects me by this point. Anyway. Oh man. Let's see what's going on. Love this so much. I need to start. Yeah, right. It's always at Walmart. Listen, Heath Ledger. Thank you, Comics League. Um, yeah. You know what? I hate to say it, but oh, geez, even Lord Raiden got involved in it. Oh, hey, Lord Raiden, your kids reminded you it's Saturday, right? They just remind you it's Tuesday. But holy crap, man! Like, yeah, freaking, it must be Walmart. It must be Walmart. Not every time I go to Walmart, but almost every time I go to Walmart. Because I think most people here in Canada, at least, in the greater Toronto area, they usually just ignore that stuff. I wasn't brought up to ignore this stuff. I was brought up to like point it out and make a really big, she's already talking about Tuesday, and make a really like shine a spotlight on stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. Nope, it's not me. It's just not me. Oh, Batman animated series, Mark Hamill Joker. Agreed, but you know what? One of these days we just got to see Mark Hamill actually take the physical role of Joker. Also, like a lot of people want to sit there and say, just met him, um, Connor. Oh, for crying out loud! I'm going to be disowned at this point. Everybody's going to just leave Comic Book University anyway. Um, uh, Kevin O'Connell. Oh my God. That he's the best Batman. Yeah, he's the best voice of Batman, but the Joker is not just and Batman. It's not just the idea of the cool voice. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know who was one of the best, and people are gonna probably not be cool with this, but one of the best versions of Bruce Wayne was actually George Clooney, in my opinion. All right, played a horrible Batman, but he made a great Bruce Wayne. because he really feels like he pulls that off. Hey, I'm a rich debonair guy. I get women, any woman that I want. He had Stacy Keebler for crying out loud. He had Stacy Keebler. Okay. Anyway, he had like everything that Bruce Wayne should have, and plus he like all these charitable donations that he does. I'm just saying, like that's Bruce Wayne. He played it perfectly because he was just him. And now but he can't play the Batman very well. Like he has nipples when he plays Batman. And even if you took away the nipples, he's just not a good Batman. He's just not, all right? Yeah, just I don't know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, he was a horrible Batman, but a great Bruce Wayne, in my humble opinion. So it's all about the mannerisms and whatnot. And I wonder, could Mark Hamill actually pull off? I mean, he pulled off the trickster, you know what I'm saying, in the original Flash TV series with John Shipman. I forget what his name is. Wesley Shipman, something like that. Um, John Ship is the philosopher. Yes, he's the philosopher. Anyway, so like I don't know, everything. So Heath is my favorite. Yeah, Heath is my favorite Joker too. He got the mannerisms. He got everything down. Ooh, Spider-Man. Walmart is kind of trashy. I agree. Oh, you're in Florida. Oh, funny story. We're in Florida and got to go to a real comic book store. On the wall, she was retelling about the books from your show. Okay, listen. I'm serious when I say, and I've done this for a couple of people, and I don't announce it all the time because I forget. But I actually came up cracking jokes with. I did Reggie. Like I don't like to say it because I don't like it to seem like it's a racist thing, saying. But yeah, I grew up. I was raised in most of my older teenager years in Asbury Park, New Jersey, where I was one of 6 white kids. Believe me, I got it. I got it hard. You know what I'm saying? You had to develop a thick skin. You had to be a freaking, you had to be a badass. You had to just, crack the jokes. You had to be able to take a punch. You had to be able to throw a punch, but you also had to be able to, take it back and forth with, with the cracks. You had to, yes, I can roll with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? Geez, if only I knew how to speed rap. Actually, my speed rapping isn't bad, but like what do you call it? The on the spot thing, like the stuff that the like Eminem does and stuff like that. Battle rapping. That's what it is. Ever heard of Aldous Huxley? Yes, I know Aldous Huxley. Never met him, but I know Aldous Huxley. What do you got for me there, Wilfredo? Um, so what do we got here? Mark Hamill did an episode of the CW Flash show as a trick. Oh, that is awesome. Glad he did that. Yes, I agree. He would probably be the greatest Joker. However, he also played the greatest Green Goblin. So, like, what are you gonna do with that? It's like, oh, it's the same guy. It's the same guy. We got a Spider-Man #1 with a strange variant cover. Oh, and the Spider-Ham. That's also okay. That's where I was, Lord Raiden. So anyway, something that I do for people once in a while is I will make if somebody sends me pictures that their kid did, like not just a picture, but like a string of pictures trying to make it like a comic book. I will actually review the comic book for the kids, and I'll make it into an unlisted video. So the only way that you can see the video is if I share or if someone shares the link with you. So I will share the link with that person on Twitter or wherever it's good for them, so that they can actually see that review, and nobody else is going to see it because I don't want it to be like a big thing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want anybody to give like stupid comments on something. It's like, oh, this drawing is no. I don't. I definitely don't need stuff like that in anybody's life. Anyway, so I will actually review people's kids' work, and stuff like that. Like I love doing stuff like that. And it doesn't take long. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little thing. And this way you can show it to your kid and be like, oh my God, somebody likes my work. And then hopefully they'll keep on doing more work, and try and improve and just keep on going. Because honestly, like I used to draw when I was a kid. I don't draw very much anymore. I'm really out of practice, but I really wish that I had people that would have given me that encouragement to keep on trying. I just had people other people tell me, you suck, you suck, you suck, and just getting the idea. It's like, yeah, I know I suck. And pretty soon it actually does get ingrained in you. And I'm just like, wow, I wouldn't suck if I would have kept on practicing. And actually, people look at, adults look at it now, and it's like that was actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Especially for my age. And just, oh well, yeah, I could have been drawing for comics. Who knows? So I could have Federico Blee, uh, what do you call it, coloring my work. You know what I'm saying? Since I suck with colors, and that's real talk. I suck with colors. So anyway, um, Mark, it's all good. Bill doesn't teach famous. What is this? Bill doesn't teach famous people class. It's true. It's true. Let's see. My class would be about X-Men and Barbie dolls. I ain't gonna lie. Yes, it'd be awesome. Sweet. My wife was asking about something that hasn't been in stores for a while. Is the Storm Barbie doll? If anybody ever sees that in the wild, like out in a store, something like that, please let me know. I'm willing to drive up to like 2 hours away to pick it up because yeah, she really wants a Storm figure, like the Barbie doll version Storm. So yeah, give me a heads up if you see one. Um, been watching a lot of Simpsons lately. We'll probably be we'll, we'll probably quit after the movie on season 18, and it's been downhill for a while already. I figure like you run out of jokes that the people can do after a while. That's one of the reasons. Matt Groening, I think, is one of the main people who does that, right? Sometimes you got to pass the reins on to somebody else. It's evident in the comic book world. Can you imagine if it was still? I mean, obviously, it can't be. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Stan Lee. Anybody who um, actually likes comic books, yeah, Stan Lee's birthday. God bless him. But what do you call it? What was I saying? Crap, 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 crap. Oh yeah, imagine if Stan Lee was still writing for the Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying? And Spider-Man and all those things. If granted, if he was still alive, it would suck. The guy would only have but so many. Even if there were a billion ideas, we'd be out of ideas by now. The well would definitely run dry, and he'd have to go and jump on doing somebody else for a while to liven it up and freshen up the new ideas. So you always have new writers coming in, so you can freshen the things up, right? I say this in light of King Thor, the final issue of Jason Aaron's run on Thor. Granted, he's still writing Thor. He's still doing the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? So it's the clock is still counting down. The clock is still ticking. But yeah, like after a while, you're just gonna run out of ideas. You know what I'm saying? You burnt it. You're burnt out. So Stormers with Jean Grey. I took a picture and sent it to you. Oh, you've actually got the figures? Okay, little. You saw it at Eaton Center? Okay. I know of Eaton Center. That's in Toronto, right? Eaton's. Oops. Center is not with an S. CF Toronto Eaton Mall. Okay, boom. It's there. I'm going to take a look for that. Shoot, that is awesome. Is that new or is that old? I actually thought that was old. There's a Storm Barbie at GameStop? Okay, listen, real talk. Like, she's awake. She's out of the shower now. She was in the shower before. She's out now. Um, what do you call it? Yeah, she was just talking about, and I thought this was something that happened a while ago. Is this new? Because if it's new, I'm not so worried about it. But still, I'll drive to the Eaton Center to get it. And at GameStop, we have EB Games here in Canada. We don't have GameStop. Excuse me. And I actually never bothered to look to see if they were the same. Like, because you can't actually have the same company in Canada and America. I know right away there's going to be a bunch of people. Professor, actually, well, no, I'm right, but you're right also. See, there's Walmart in Canada, Walmart in America, but they're not the same. They're owned by the same people, but you can't say, oh, like I could say, hey, listen, so you have this in store in Toronto. Could it be shipped over here by chance? Yes, they could do that. Hey, I see you've got this in America. Can you have it shipped here? No, they can't. That's not actually the same. Can't all be on the same payroll. Can't all be the same like that. Things don't actually transfer over. If Best Buy, here's a really good example. Best Buy Canada, Best Buy America. Okay, I bought we actually still have the tablet, but it doesn't work so well because we can't use the warranty that I bought for it. I forget how much I paid for it, but I paid pretty good amount of money for. I bought this really nice tablet. It was a nice tablet. It actually has the keyboard. My wife just got her own recently, like last week. Last week she got a new one. Oh, also from Best Buy. Go figure. But anyway, I bought her this nice tablet and keyboard from Best Buy 3 years ago, and really nice, right? And I got the warranty and everything. And then we got that as we were driving up to Canada. I guess I should have waited and just gotten it in Canada because dumb me. I figured that Best Buy is Best Buy. Wrong. Turns out the warranty is invalid or is not invalid. It's not valid in Canada. You know what I'm saying? So if I go to America, I could be like, "Hey, it's like, could you fix this?" And they'd be like, "Oh, sure." But I don't feel like driving down to America just for that. So yeah, and the same vice versa. So, case in point, certain banks transfer over. TD Bank is TD Bank in both because that's Toronto Dominion Bank. But that's only because they changed it from Commerce Bank. It was Commerce Bank in America and TD Bank here in Canada. They changed it because I think it was Boston. They already have a place called Commerce. So, like, you can't call it Commerce Bank. There's already a place called Commerce here. So they were like, okay, screw it. We're just going to change to TD everywhere. But you think like Bank of America. Bank of America exists here, but wait, no, it doesn't. There is no Bank of America here in Canada. The same people who own Bank of America in here, they own Scotia Bank. So when I was in America and I'd come up here with my Bank of America card, I come up here to Canada to visit the woman who would one day be my wife. I would go to a debit machine and be like, "Oh, sorry, it doesn't work." I was like, "Oh crap!" And I'd have to go to a Scotia Bank and say, "Hey, can you take the lien off of my the hold off of my debit card so that I can use my money? It hasn't been stolen. It's not unusual activity or something like that." And while they were waiting for that, they would actually do a transfer. I could do the transfer there. I could do a transfer with my account. So yeah, it's weird trying to figure all that stuff out. But once you've got it, you understand it. Anyway, so I don't actually know if GameStop and EB Games are the same company in both locations. That was where that all came from. Okay, so the way they've been drawing Franklin's eyebrows. EB is a subsidiary of GameStop. Okay, cool. Good to know. Thank you, Death Brow. Come to Rochester, New York. We got them. You got it like right now. How far is Rochester, New York from the Canadian border? Actually, they should. If they're in Eaton Center, that's a day trip. That's a day trip. Don't know. I wanted her too rich for your wallet right now. I hear you. The storm is gorgeous. Okay, that's the only one she wants too. I didn't even know there were other ones. Henry Cavill defends fans. Gail Kadot acknowledges boys can like Wonder Woman, and J.J. Abrams respects opinions. Hopefully, this means this era of fan sexism being blamed for failure is over. Gail Kadot acknowledges that boys can like Wonder Woman. Well, here's what I'm going to say. Maybe. But I know that men certainly can. And if a man can't like Wonder Woman, then you're not a man, you're a boy. That's just the way I look at it. You don't have to like Wonder Woman, but to actually hate Wonder Woman for whatever reason, because feminism, that's just really weird to me, man. The problem is most people just don't know what feminism actually means. Let's see. Dylan's comic book rants. You hearing all the Twitter hype Cates is putting out there for issue number 22 being the craziest issue he's ever written. Issue number 22 of what? Thor? Is he already up there? Like issue 1 comes out next week. Issue 22 of what, Dylan? Dragon. That is. Do you think they will come out and say Jean Grey and Cyclops and Wolverine are in a 3-way romance? I guess I've got my opinions on that. I've got my opinions on that. I mean, that's cool and all. I mean, I guess just to see which one has the most super of the mutant sperm, I guess. That's whatever, man. Whatever. I honestly don't care. Louis Upari, brah, happy new year. Love your reviews. Louis, what's up, man? Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much. And happy new year to you too. Coming up. 2020. What's in store? Wilfredo, if you put your spoiler review up for a comic book before Wednesday, will it be copyright claimed or taken down for other reasons? Honestly, I don't know. For me, it's literally just a respect thing. They want Marvel and DC. They don't want reviews to come out before midnight Eastern Standard Time is fine, but whatever your local midnight time is, Yeah, it's that. So that's what they want. So that's what I do. Yeah, it's not a big deal. I just respect their wishes on it. How do you think Jason's Aaron's run on Thor went? I just did a whole 20-minute video on that, so you can go and check that out there, John. Let's rebuild Wonder Woman 750. Hell yeah, I'm waiting for it. Venom. Do you like the upcoming Empire? No, Comic Universal. The upcoming Empire events concept. I don't like this. Where is it? I don't know how incoming is going to be written, but all the lead ups for it are in these, like incoming and the Marvel issue number 1000 and Marvel issue number 1001. And it's just this huge collab. It's not a collab like the recent X-Men books before the Dawn of X, where it's like, 3 writers on it and 3 awesome writers, Brisson, Thompson, and Rosenberg. Mr. Rosenberg, who I admittedly asked to be on today's episode of right now. I asked him to be here now, and he didn't answer me. I'm a little saddened by that. So yeah. Hey, maybe if a whole bunch of people contact, no, I'm not going to do a call to action like that. I don't want the guy to be harassed. But I did actually politely ask him. I was like, listen, we're a cool community. We respect your work. We're not going to say anything negative or anything like that. And we have good mods just in case, good moderators. But hey, would you mind coming on? So I actually worked up the nerve to ask him, and he freaking ignored me. And this is one of the reasons why I don't like to ask people to come onto my podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. Anyway, so no, I all the lead ups are in these where it's like 40 people, 100 people, whatever, collaborating. And it's like you're doing one page. This one had 4 of each page on it. And I talk more about it in this review. But no, I just don't really dig. I just don't really dig it. It's not for me. Cates is a good salesman. He always has something. Always saying something is the craziest thing he ever wrote. Right? Actually, that's kind of the Donald Trump salesman pitch, which don't get me wrong. I don't care if you love or hate Donald Trump. Nobody markets themselves the way that Donald Trump markets himself. I mean, he marketed himself right into the freaking presidential seat. This is literally like one of the least qualified people on the face of the planet for presidency. And yet, here's a dude who was a Democrat from one of the most democratic states, New York City specifically, who wanted Oprah Winfrey to be his vice president, and somehow he won the Democrat, and somehow he won the Republican nomination, even though they hated him, and all the people are supporting him now. Like, dude, I can't stand the guy, and I wish he would just. I always knew he was a fraud because I grew up in New York, New Jersey area. I always knew this guy was a fraud. But for crying out loud, this guy talked his way into the presidency. That hopefully that'll never happen again in history. But like that has never happened in history, dude. That is insane. And yeah, pretty much that's the marketing technique that Cates uses. And if it works, it works. It is what it is, man. What's your favorite version of Hawkman? My favorite version of Hawkman is actually Jeff Johns' version of Hawkman. My favorite version drawn, I'm actually really disappointed in myself because without even thinking about it, I know I have clearly forgotten the name of it, but it's the one with the blue pants and the weapons everywhere. Like that is just the most amazing version of Hawkman, like visually that I've ever seen. But then again, also the one where he has the Wolverine claws in the one hand, and I think it's in the left hand, and the Qatar in his right, and it's a full body suit with the straight. Kind of looks like the one Cyclops suit, except with I think it's red lines instead of yellow lines. Oh, and again, he's got like the shuriken across his leather chest strap and everything. Like we're talking awesomeness there. We're talking pure awesomeness. The Tomahawk series is pretty great. Yes, yeah, he was fantastic on that, man. What's this on Blu-ray that I'm seeing? Who's talking? Who's talking? So you're going to pick up the Joker on Blu-ray? Yes, I am going to pick up the Joker on Blu-ray. Because no, I haven't. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched Star Wars yet. Maybe Tuesday. Maybe I'll go Tuesday morning. In case you guys don't know, I'm planning on doing a watch party. I'm thinking here in Mississauga. Okay, so I'm thinking Cineplex here in Mississauga. I still have to read it. this beautiful piece of work that Valiant Comics sent me. I just dropped a Mandalorian. But this version, it's the old version. He doesn't have his Rising Phoenix yet, so it's no wonder he fell. Anyway, I just got this. This is the thing, guys. Go and check out. I have a post on Twitter. I have a post on my Facebook group. I have to try to remember to. I need to know how to do a freaking post on Twitter. But you can actually win this. This you can't buy this. You can't buy this right now. Soon though, you'll be able to win this. You can put in to try and win it now. But Valiant Comics sent me this. This is the definitive Bloodshot. The movie with Vin Diesel coming out in February is going to be loosely based off of this story. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to read the hell out of that. I'm going to do a spotlight and story about it. I've got this confidential file from from these guys from Valiant about that. It's freaking awesome, man. It's freaking awesome. And yes, I'm gonna work on that. But then when the movie actually comes out, I'm thinking opening night. I'm just gonna do everything I can to make sure that boom, boom, boom. There's time. It should be a nighttime thing. I'm going to try and make it so that I could do it like I'm going to announce it big time where I'm going, what movie theater I'm going to, so that everybody can try and get tickets. And then I think it'd be cool if anybody in the greater Toronto area or anybody who wants to travel, we can all just go and hang the hell out and what do you call it? Just watch this Bloodshot movie and just talk about it and whatnot. And maybe I'll do a live stream right there with everybody who shows up, and everybody can be in a comic book university video, because I mean that's what everybody wants, right? Anyway, yeah, I just think that'd be cool because I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie. Don't be shy about asking Bill. You're super awesome YouTuber, and any comic pro would uh, have fun with you. I hope so. I hope so. Never underestimate the stupidity of the American people. Yeah, I hate saying that, Lord Raiden. Lord Raiden. See, here's the thing. I don't think it's just give me 2 minutes to talk about politics really quick. All right. Kind of, not really. Actually, the news media. It is incumbent upon the news media to represent the people. That's what it is. The problem is, good luck finding people like that. Good luck finding a news media organization that will actually do that, because CNN doesn't do that, Fox News doesn't do that, MSNBC doesn't do that, and everybody else is just small potatoes. And even then, those small potatoes, they don't do it either. It's very rare. That's why I go to YouTube for my news. You know what I'm saying? And I find men on the street interviews and stuff like that. I wholeheartedly admit to watching the Young Turks and all of the progressive channels like that, because it's very easy to see them actually showing polls. And sometimes they'll try and explain away polls that don't fit for what they're looking for. But it's the idea that the news media represents the rich. That's what they represent, because they buy these commercials and all these crazy stupid things and whatnot. And it's like, so that's their target audience. Imagine it this way. And I actually made this comment to Sue Ann, who was just at the comic book store with me on Tuesday, and also Chillmonger. Go and check out Chillmonger's channel and try and convince Sue Ann to restart Edge of Comics, because it was fun. It was fun. Anyhow, what do you call it? These guys, what do you call it? With all the people who, like the writers and artists who watch my videos, okay? And believe it or not, there are actually quite a few who watch my videos. And I try to look at it topographically, like, oh wow, cool. Hey, I'm glad you like stuff, when they actually comment or say something like that. But I try to just stay away from it. I try to just stay away from all that, because I don't want to accidentally start making a video for an audience of one, right? If like when Donnie Cates said to me recently that he, like when I saw him at Comics Expo, he's like, dude, I love your channel. I was like, oh fuck, sorry, I cursed. Oh crap. Like, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. I'm like, oh, thanks. I'll make sure I keep on saying good things. You know what I'm saying? Um, I like when they watch my stuff, but I don't want to know that they watch my stuff. I don't, because I don't want to be in the back of my mind. Okay, be nice how you say things. I want to be nice how I say things anyway. I don't want to be a jerk and just be like, this is trash. This is garbage. I hate using those words to describe comic books. I hate that, because that's what the comic skaters do. You know what I'm saying? And like, let's just be realistic. I'm a comic book fan. Okay. There are comic books that I don't like, and I don't review those comic books. All right. Or at least I don't review them for very long. You know what I'm saying? When I've lost hope in them, I'm gone. But let's be realistic. When you know that when you're a comic book review channel and you review a comic book that you know you're not going to like, just so you can start touting off things like SJW and SJW and SJW, dude, you're not a comic book fan. All right. And you want to talk about dumb people? There's dumb people. Okay. People who follow these channels, if they think that these people actually like comic books or they're authorities on comic books, you're so lost. I don't believe there's any hope for you. None. Nowhere. Because listen, you judge a person based on how they describe themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know a person by the people they hang out with. You know people like this. That's who these people are. They're just not good people. So there you go. They're not comic book. At the very least, they're not comic book fans. All right. They're there for a niche audience. They know who their target audience is. People who are disgruntled about change and diversity in the world. All right. You could try and argue it. I will destroy your argument and wreck you, just like I do any. I'll treat you like you're some guy who's giving me a problem in Walmart. All right. I will wreck you. All right. Bring the freaking noise. That being said, that being said, these are not comic book fans. They do not actually like comic books. All right. With that, I like comic books. And I know that you guys are my audience. All right. You guys are my very specific audience. With that being the case, I'm trying to do comic book reviews for you guys. All right. Because Donny Cates, as awesome as he is, isn't going to fund my channel. You know what I'm saying? Uh, what do you call it? Kelly Thompson and Brian Edward Hill and just I don't want to sit here and start keep on name dropping and whatnot. These guys aren't funding my channel. All right. You guys are. You guys are the ones who are watching the channel and checking out the ads because I love yous. Many of you, or even the people who are on my Patreon, you know what I'm saying, actually doing that. Oh, by the way, and some of you are like Reggie Simmons, who freaking support the channel this way. Oh, actually, he's also a patron. So thank you, Reggie. You know who I haven't done yet? You know who I haven't done yet? Big Barda. I haven't done Big Barda yet. So you know what? Let's get a little chicka, ooh, chicka, ooh, chicka, ooh, chicka, uh, 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 uh. Thank you. Thank you very much, Reggie Simpsons. You are freaking awesome. Yeah, it's you guys who actually fund the channel. You know what I'm saying? You guys who actually keep me going and whatnot. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to do a conversation for an audience of one. That's simply not what I'm here for. And I think that's what most people try to do. At the same time, you do see some of the channels, and unfortunately, there are some of the bigger channels that they're catering towards writers. Why? The exact same reason, and here's where it all comes back to, the exact same reason why the news media does what they do. You don't insult the rich because they're the ones who do the paid advertisements, the commercials during your airtime that ups your ratings, that determines how much you make because that's how much they're spending on a commercial during your airtime, right? During your segment even. So the individual anchors are arguing with each other and whatnot sometimes. The idea is they want access. I would love to get access to these guys also. I would love it if, more people like Jim Shooter would be like, yes, I will do an interview with you. As opposed to there's a lot of times when somebody comes up and says, yeah, I'm not going to be, or, I'm not going to do an interview with you. Sorry, I'm busy. I'm whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the excuse is, it's cool. Nobody's obliged to do an interview with me. You know what I'm saying? I would figure it would make good sense to find the good people, the people who try to say, here's some good comic books, the people who try to say, purchase comic books, don't steal comic books online or something like that. Saying that these kinds of people, people like me, people like a lot of the other reviewers in the comic book industry. You'd figure you'd want to try and support people like that. But if they don't want to, whatever, I don't care. The trick is, I'm not going to compromise my comic book reviews for the sake of trying to get audience, what do you call it, access with people, because it's just so it's such a vicious circle. It's not like the cycle of life. It's like a vicious circle. You know what I'm saying? People know that I'm a phony because I don't do real comic book reviews. But I'm really just doing reviews so that these people will like me. You know what I'm saying? These writers and artists. So now these writers and artists will come on my channel and they'll say, "Hey, what's going on? I love your stuff. You're a really good guy. Thank you for liking my stuff. Here is my butt. Feel free to kiss it." No. That's not because then people are only going to come for the interviews. You know what I'm saying? When I do an interview, and I try to do it on this podcast, I don't announce it in advance. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to announce things like that in advance because, I'm not doing it for anybody to just be like, "Oh, there's an interview with," no, 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 no. I do it for you guys. That's why I don't like anybody who has done an interview with me here. It's like, "Oh yeah, hey, I'm going to announce it on my Twitter. Could you wait? Could you wait? Maybe do it like midway through or afterwards, please, because this is specifically for my fans. I'm doing this for my viewers, not for other people. You know what I'm saying? Not for people who are just going to come by for an interview. I don't honestly, as mean as it sounds, you're not supposed to say this on YouTube. Too bad. I'm not them. I'm me. I don't care about those people. I don't care about the people who come up to just check out a Donny Cates review or something like that, interview. I'm glad you checked the interview out. Politely piss off now. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for my regulars. I'm doing this because you know what? Like, there's a lot of people who I've seen it. Unfortunately, I've seen people who sit there and they do these kinds of things and they don't remember the names of the people. They don't know anything about the people who are actually in the chat. Yes, I'm definitely waving my own flag in this one particular case. You know what I'm saying? I love it when and a lot of you guys know when I meet you in public, when I'm out at a Walmart or whatever, I'm out shopping or I'm just out with family and somebody comes, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens enough. Somebody comes up and is like, "Holy crap, Professor Bill," or "Comic Book University," or "Hey, comic books, YouTube, holy crap," like that. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" Get the handshake and whatnot. How you doing, man? Hey, do you comment? Like, what's your screen name? And when most people wind up saying, "Oh, I don't actually comment." That's cool. That's on you. That's genuine on you. But I like to get to know everybody. And I have a pretty good memory that I can get to know everybody. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much every single person who is constantly communicating with me right there in the chat, I can meet you on the street, as many of you have figured out, as enough of you have figured out, and meet you on the street, be like, "Oh crap, hey, what's going on?" And you know that I know who you are, even though I've never seen your face unless you've got your avatar there. You know what I'm saying? Like I know who you are. I communicate with everybody on Facebook and stuff like that. And to me, that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? We're a university. I kind of sometimes look at us as a family too. I know it's kind of mushy, whatever. I don't really care. The point is, you know what I'm saying? Like we know each other. You guys know each other in the chat too. You know what I'm saying? I see so many, oh, guys just talking to each other, guys just talking to each other, guys just talking to each other. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And I like that too. You know what I'm saying? I like it when other guys meet with each other. It's like, holy crap. You know what I'm saying? Those are all the things that really make me happy. Those are the things that genuinely get me excited. You know what I'm saying? When we can all just talk to each other and we know each other and boom, there you go. So yeah, I'm more about my regulars. I'm not so worried about the other people who show up and just show up for a certain something, whatever. If you don't watch the podcast, that's not your thing. It's whatever. It is what it is. But I'm not here for the people who are going to stop by for one or two videos because, oh, wow, this looks cool. I'm more about the people who are going to actually hit that subscribe button. And honestly, how often have you ever heard me say, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell icon and share? I very rarely ever do that. I very rarely do those calls to actions and that's probably one of the reasons why my channel isn't super huge. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not who I am. If you like the channel, you'll do those things on your own. You don't need me to tell you to do those things. So anyway, now, do you know, that just jumped. Do you know that happens? Brandon Meek is asking, or what? Maybe those people genuinely like the people they interview. Um, the question isn't deep enough. I don't know what exactly you refer. I'm not exactly sure what you're meaning. Let me try and read it again. Do you know that? See that? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Maybe those people genuinely like the people they interview. Genuinely like the people they interview. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. By those people, I think you're talking about other YouTubers when they interview. Here's the thing: I have zero doubt that they like those people. I mean, they contacted them. They're reading their comic books. I hope they're actually physically buying their comic books. Sorry, I'm going to say something really mean right now, but I think it's just an observation. I hold up my comic books, even if I never refer to them again physically in a whatever. I hold up my comic books. Why? Because I want you to know that I actually physically buy my comic books. I pay money. I get my comic books. I buy my comic books. Hey, I get comic books. How many other people do you see? Be honest. Give me names if you want. Give me names of some of the other people who actually, but because I know a couple of them who actually physically buy their comic books. How many people do it? I'll even get the variant cover sometimes. And that's just what I've read so far. And some of these are last week's comic books. The comic books I didn't get to that I bought. Well, that's all of these. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to these yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But the trick is, like, how many of these people actually hold up the comic books, show you that they physically, you just assume that they do? Because that's the thing. It's kind of suspicious to me. Maybe I'm just somebody who doesn't trust people a lot. Whatever, it is what it is. I don't mean to try and bash anybody's heroes. Maybe I'm wrong. God, I hope that I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong, because what a disgrace it would be if we found out that one of these bigger YouTube channels that never shows the physical comic book, of the new comic book that they're reviewing, they just show the electronic pictures. And where did you get all of those pictures from? Because I know when Marvel releases the pictures that I show are pictures that the preview images that Marvel and DC and all the other companies put out. Every so often, I won't show pictures, especially on like some of the indie books. I won't show the pictures. Why? Because there are no pictures released for these. You know what I'm saying? I got a book in here. Come on, stop jumping around on me. Here, I got a book from Portugal. Somebody sent me this. What do you call it? True Terror. You know what I'm saying? And I get these all the time. A whole bunch of smaller guys who just they're just not big. They're just not big yet. But there are people who send me their comic books from overseas. Like, hey man, I'd love for you to review my comic book. I'm like, sure. But if you can send me a physical copy, I'd really rather you do that, because I think that me holding up the comic book actually sells the comic book more. And I don't want to just review your comic book with a digital, because everybody's willing to give me the digital ones. Hell, Valiant Comics sends me their comics digitally long before I ever get them, or long before I ever do the reviews. And they say, you can do the reviews, just don't do any major spoilers. And they leave it to me what's a major spoiler or not. But I don't do those reviews early. Why not? Because I don't have the physical comic book in my hand yet. When I get the physical comic book in my hand, that's when I'll do the review. The cool part about it is I don't want them to stop sending me the reviews or the early comics, because I get to look at them and make notes really quick and be like, all right, cool. So when I get the comic book in my hand, what do you call it? I can flip through it again really quick, refresh the memory, look at the notes, and bang, and just start doing the reviews really quick and make sure I put them up first day. That makes it so much easier. But I'm not interested. I don't like doing comic book reviews if I don't have a comic book in my hand, because I don't want to propagate the idea of stealing comic books. And there's plenty of people who do. There are plenty of people who do, you know? Yeah. And I'm positive that so many of those reviewers out there do also. Why? Because I've never seen a comic book in these guys' hands ever. Channels that are bigger than mine. That's great. Cool. Some people are just like that. And like I see Suen mentioning, you're a huge digital fan. That's cool. One, I know that you actually buy comic books because I watched you buy a comic book last Tuesday. That's not the case. More specifically, then hold up the idea, like hold up the little Comixology thing on your tablet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do something like that. Why not do something like that? Comics Uno does that. You know what I'm saying? Not with everything, but Comics Uno does that a lot. If she'll buy the physical comic or something, and then she'll get, the digital of something. And when she does, oftentimes she'll hold up, look, and you can see the Comixology symbol right there and everything, showing that she bought the comic book. But no, too many people, they're stealing comic books, as far as I'm concerned. So, because I just don't see it. Rich but not well. Thank you. Oh, I've seen I think one of your comments before. Sorry. We're going to get to know each other better. But anyway, thank you. I appreciate that. The Spanish Mon Spanish. That's a cool name. Oops, just jumped. All you got to do is what you've been doing, spreading the gospel of. I love that. Spreading the gospel of comics. Hey, the Immortal Big Shack. I was just mentioning the Immortal Big Shack was also on the channel recently, or on Dylan's comic book rants recently. If I can make it this for New Year's for that live cast also there, then what do you call it? I hope to see you there also. Actually, I hope you're there either way. But what do you call it? Let's see. I like that. Digital, just don't do it for me anyway. It gives you more credit. Yeah, yeah. I can read digital, like what do you call it? Marvel for a little while was putting out digital exclusive comic books, like the individual, floppies. They're not floppies anymore, but and then they'd put out the trade paperback afterwards. Yeah, I read those anyways before they came to trade, and I did mention is like, listen, this is on Comixology. Sorry, I don't have the book in my hand, but I'm pointing out it's on Comixology right now. You can get it, blah 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 bang, whatever. So yeah. I'm a big digital fan, mainly because I read mine until they fall apart. Yes, I could see you doing that. Hey, Brett Hess. I just where'd it go? Oh shoot, it just jumped. Brett Hess. All right, I haven't seen you for a minute. What's up? Thanks for all the great 2019 review videos. Cheers to an awesome 2020, my brother. Thank you, sir. I will see you then. Slay, what's up, Slayman? How you doing, dude? I think that I started calling you Slay instead of Slayman, so you changed it to Slay. Good on you. Slay is just perfect. Finishing up his what do you call his college career, vacation. Is your vacation almost over? Vacation's almost over, right? um, welcome to those new in the chat. Yes, Silva Surfer. The Herald Extraordinaire. Okay, I'm going to come down a little bit. Wonder if DC and Marvel will ever do real crossovers again. The last one was JLA Avengers, which was amazing. They might, because Jeff Johns is pretty hopeful for it. Go check out the review, or I think anybody's review, I would imagine, of Doomsday Clock issue number 12. Because yeah, that could be pretty cool. 2025, baby. The Secret Crisis. I'm looking forward to it. Don't like anything digital. Don't like digital. Yes, I agree. I had the PSP, the little PSP. You get the little cartridges, put them in and whatnot. When you do the digital ones for the new one that they did, I'm like, you're cutting out the middleman. Sometimes you run into problems when you go to places like GameStop in the States or EB Games here. But I also like the interaction of being able to go and talk to these guys. Be like, hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? What do you think about the latest game and whatnot? I don't want to buy my games digitally. I genuinely do not want to buy my games digitally. Plus, if something silly happens, all of a sudden, you're screwed. Oh, super chat. Hello. Alexander Poilet Roberge. Hi, what do you think about Red Sonja Vampirilla? I love Red Sonja. Mark Russell did I don't know about the most recent one that's running now, but the last Red Sonja I read was the one by Mark Russell recently, where she wound up becoming the empress, the queen of the land. Since you're only asking about the females, I'm going to bust out a female here for your dance. Yeah, Mary Marvel, or Mary Shazam, I guess she's called now. Oh, you know what? Let's do the can sail rocket dance here. Plus, I don't know how you guys I don't know if you guys were able to find this in stores. I had to go to Amazon to get this. They had all the figures. They've got the entire Shazam family available in the stores here in Canada, except for this one. I could not find this one anywhere. I actually had to buy it on freaking Amazon, which was annoying, but whatever. It's also twice as much as I paid for the other ones, but it is what it is. Anyway, plus I got 2 of the Shazams. I just got 1 of the Shazams for my kids for Christmas. They're playing with the little Wrath doll. It's like, "Rrr." It's like, okay, that's the bad guy. Make sure that Shazam beats that guy up. All right, they're one of the deadly sins. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, Alexandre. Um, let's see. First, and as far as Vampirella, I I read the first 2, I believe, issues of Christopher Priest's Vampirella. It didn't really do it for me. One of these days on my Patreon, I'm going to get back to that in a minute, I guess. I kind of got to. Um, I'm going to do a review for the Vampirella movie that came out. That's right, my peeps. There was a Vampirella movie that came out. I'm going to have to review that one of these days. This coming the first of this month, it's going to be. Oh, geez, another super chat. There's going to be another review out. It's going to be Wonder Woman, the Gail Gadot and Patty Jenkins directed Wonder Woman. I'm going to be reviewing that. Also, I didn't see a whole lot of people looking at many less people than usual, much less individuals as usual watching the This Week in Comics. Go and check out the entire video, please, because I have a couple silly little segments like what milk looks like in Canada and what Smarties are. I actually still have them here. I actually ate like 4 of them yesterday. So I'm going to get to that super chat in a minute. Sorry. But they're called Rockets here, which is effing weird. They're not called Smarties here. There's something else called Smarties. I did that little segment there. Anyway, yeah, I also did a stop motion animation featuring they're in the bedroom now, featuring the Suicide Squad. So I redid the Suicide Squad movie inside of 3 minutes and 14 seconds, but I bleeped out some of the curse words. I voiced everything. There were a couple of curse words here and there. I think there were 4 or 5 bleeps because Samuel L. Jackson shows up at one point because they never made a figure for Amanda Waller. So anyway, yeah, so I made a quick little, and it's free. You guys, go and watch it. It's This Week in Comics, the Christmas edition. It just came out this Tuesday. Go and check it out. There's it's a Christmas special episode where I still show you the comics that came out for the week, but I also put a bunch of extras in there, including Chillmonger and Sue Ann McGinnis, and I also have my short 3-minute, 14-second long stop motion animation of these guys. Okay, so I got a super chat. I'm going to do the Force Ghost of Obi-Wan. So there we go. As I read this, the crossover Red Sonja Vampirella. It's good. Okay, I actually didn't read that, if you can believe it or not. Here, Luke, use the Force and run to Dagobah, run to Dagobah. I don't know if anybody saw that video. That little rap video that came out, Star Wars rap, I think it's called. Freaking amazing. One of the greatest things that have ever come into the existence of the Star Wars universe. I loved that. So go and check that out if you get the opportunity. Anyway, so yeah, I actually didn't read the crossover. Sorry. It's Dynamite who puts those out. Dynamite does a little bit too much with Red Sonja and Vampirella, as far as I'm concerned. Literally just ka ka ka. And unfortunately, I feel like a lot of it is quantity over quality, and I'm not a fan of that. Granted, if Marvel did get the rights to Red Sonja, which they're trying to get the rights back to Red Sonja, it's essentially a Marvel created character. Yeah, that would they would probably still do the exact same thing. Like, they're really doing a lot of overkill with Conan too, as far as I'm concerned. It's hard to care about all of the Conan that they're putting out. A lot of it's still really good, but it's starting to get kind of frustrating. I've still got Zub's Serpent War in here with Conan and Moon Knight and Agatha Black, I think her name is, and Black Agnes. Sorry, Black Agnes and Solomon Kane. They're not even all on this cover. Jeez. I still haven't gotten to this yet. This is actually a 2-week ago comic. Still haven't gotten to it yet. Just because it's like there's so much Conan. I'm getting Conan'd out. You know what I'm saying? I miss it when you get one Conan a month and it's like, you're okay, dude. That's I'm trying to answer all your questions. Thank you again for a third $2 YouTube chat. Oh, and it's Canadian. Are you in Canada? What's going on, dude? Are you in the GTA or are you out like in Saskatchewan or something or BC? What do you think of Anemia of Previews World? Oh, apparently you got a crush. Is that the girl with the purple hair? I don't actually know that. I buy the magazine. It's only $10. You know what I'm saying? Canadian at least. I buy the magazine, but I don't actually watch Previews World. I don't do any of that stuff. Okay, I can't use one of the same figures. Oh, we're gonna do some San Sakai here. You're from Quebec City. Okay, cool. You see how you were able to do that and you didn't have to give me the $2? I appreciate it. And thank you. God bless you. But yeah, anyway, okay, so here we go. I got him in a cool pose, Usaki Yojimbo. And he's gonna be like, ooh, I do the rabbit dance. Ooh, I do the rabbit dance. Yeah. Ooh, check my sandals. I made them out of rice paper. Yeah. Ooh, check the ears. Ooh, check it out now. Ooh, okay, anyway. So yeah, let me put my Usagi back up there. Bang. So what happens? Yeah, I'm not familiar with Anemia. So yes, with purple hair. I have seen her picture in the previous book. I never actually watched her though. Yeah, she's good looking girl. She's a good looking girl. Um, why are you nicer to Canadians, you maple syrup dealing hooligan? Okay, first off, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of something, something here. I made a huge, terrible mistake, which I knew was a mistake when I was making the mistake, and now I feel really stupid about it. Do you guys remember when, right now, recently, what the heck is his name? Colin Kaepernick. They got a shoe out with Colin Kaepernick's face on the back of the shoe, the Nike shoe. Okay. They're already like some really expensive shoes and whatnot, and they're blah 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 whatever. I'm not a shoe guy. I know plenty of guys who are shoe guys. Brian Edward Hill is a shoe guy. I'm not a shoe guy. They just put out these shoes and they sold out like that. I'm telling you right now, you can't get them. You can't get them right now. This model already sold out. Done. If you didn't know somebody or you didn't get super lucky, they gone. When they first announced that Colin Kaepernick was going to be their spokesman, people got pissed, and the stock went down a little bit. It dipped a little bit. People, but guess what? There are so many people, particularly people who like Nike, apparently, who are cool with it, who are down with it, that they said, "No, this is a good thing." Since they announced that Colin Kaepernick was going to be their spokesman, Nike stock has gone up 35%. So if you invested in Nike stock, if you had the money, mind you, to invest in Nike stock once they announced it, you would be rolling in cash right now. This would have been like a 35% surge. Wow. And it's expected it's only going to keep on going up. After today's announcements, it's only going to go up even higher. People are going to be buying that stock. Like, whoa, really? People are cool with Kaepernick? Well, alrighty then. I'm just saying, stock investments. Now, here's another one. Since the Herald extraordinaire Silver Surfer went and brought up I don't often go speechless. I wish I had an Aunt May figure for that one. Instead, you know what I'm going to do? Let's go up. I'm going to keep on going up higher up on my shelves each time this happens. Orale la viva la raza, mamacita. There you go. There's your, got some Eddie Guerrero up there. Man. I only keep 4 wrestlers on display: Eddie Guerrero, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and Magnum TA. Some of you guys might be like, Magnum TA, who? That's a shame. Um, he was going to be the greatest wrestler of all time till he got into a motorcycle accident. What a freaking shame. Anyway, he's still alive though. He's still alive, but he broke his freaking back. Anyway, so thank you for the $2 chat. Yes, we all want MCU. That's Marissa Tomei. I thought she was beautiful. You can actually see her naked. Y'all can see her naked in the Wrestler. She played the role of a stripper in there. So for Mickey O'Rourke. Mickey O'Rourke, I think it was. Anyway, Mickey Rourke. So anyway, Yes, Silver Surfer mentioned maple syrup. No, I'm not nicer to no, because listen, Canada and America to me are pretty much the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, like if we're going to talk a little bit of politics, I'm sorry. There's too much placating of the poor and letting the rich go away. Have you heard of the Paradise Papers here in America, here in Canada? These people are still in power. Nothing happened by those being released, except the people who released them got in trouble, almost like whistleblowers getting in trouble. Wow. So the crime is not bad, but ratting out the crime, that's what's bad. We'll keep that in mind. Anyway, it's about subjugating the poor. I mean, what are you going to do? So, Alexandra knew that. So anyway, I just got the NWA version of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. I need an Immortal Hulk version of the. I've got the regular Hulk with the yellow. I need a Bolero for him. Anyway, bang bang. Yes, Magnum TA versus Tully Blanchard. See, Reggie Simmons knows what we're talking about here. He knows what we're talking about here. Yes, it was a freaking instant classic. Quebecers, I got to admit, Quebecers are different. Quebecers have their problems too, though. I shoot from the hip, dude. I shoot from the hip. Quebecers have their problems too. But I will say, then when we found out that pretty much everybody in Canada has lead in their water, the only area, the only province that said, okay, listen, it's going to cost like 1.7 billion, I think it was, to fix this problem, and we don't have the money on hand, disposable income. We'll have to make it up later, but we're fixing this problem. We're fixing this problem now. No other province said that. So if you live in Canada, I really hope you have the lead drinking water filters on your faucets, because yeah. And plus, how hard was it to check to see if there was lead in the water? But nobody wanted to because nobody cared. It took an independent study. Imagine that. So I'm just saying, it is what it is. But anyway, so my stock tip for you guys: maple syrup. Listen, climate change is real. Okay, just climate change is real. We've been like freaking the first person I ever heard talking about this was Carl Sagan. Okay, climate change is freaking real, and we've known about it for a long time. And the people in power not only decide not to do anything about it, but stifle the information so that it wouldn't be such a concern, right? Because people had to make their money, right? Rich got to be rich, right? So anyway, with climate change, there are only two places in the world that make maple syrup because the temperatures are just right for it. One is Canada, the other is America. There are certain areas of America where the temperature is just right. If you ever go to some of the maple syrup farms that are up here in Canada, they tell you all about it. You know, it's got to be a certain time of year and at a certain temperature to tap the trees for maple syrup. All right. Case in point, they have maple trees they have a maple tree forest in Texas, but it's too hot. It's impossible to ever get maple syrup from those maple trees, all of them in Texas. It's impossible. But there are two places, and Canada's one of them. America's the other. They don't even have they don't have the trees over in Russia, so forget about that. Anyhow, and with climate change, guess what's about to happen within the next 10 years to the maple trees in America? Yeah, exactly what you thought. Pretty soon, Canada is going to be the only country in the world that can make maple syrup. So if you like syrup, it might be wise to pay attention to that and the changes of climate change and whatnot, so that, yeah, yeah, yes, I agree. I'm not a huge fan of unregulated um, capitalism. I'm not a fan of unregulated anything, to be honest. Okay, back to comics and maybe a little bit of wrestling. Thanos versus Despero, dude. Thanos in a heartbeat. Despero is freaking awesome. Despero is frightening, but Thanos always has a plan, and the only person who can ever really defeat Thanos is Thanos. Like that's been shown. So yeah, wow. Never heard the term Quebecers. Yep, it's real. Quebecers. Just Quebecers, not Quebecers. Quebecers. Um, so you're saying buy stock in maple syrup? I don't. know if you can buy stock in maple syrup, but I do know that you can buy stock in the companies that do well. Some of the companies. Yeah, so there's that. Yes, I am suggesting that you pay attention, that you got about 10 years or so to do it, but definitely pay attention to it because yes, it's real. Also, real maple syrup lasts for a long time. The fake stuff with all the added sugar and whatnot, I think maple syrup is good enough. The real stuff can be stored for a pretty long time. The fake stuff can't, but I think that's common with everything, right? Anyhow, the Spectre could take down Thanos. Yeah, technically he could, but again, it also depends on how he's being written. What's your favorite of the infected? This is a trick question because Sky Tyrant, the Hawkman, would have to be, but why? Because he's not really one of the infected. I like Venditti. Venditti doesn't talk to me a lot. I'm kind of okay with that because I don't even think he watches reviews. I don't think he cares, which is fine. I'm totally okay with that. But he has talked with me, and he does know that I do reviews. I'm one of the few guys who does Hawkman reviews. So maybe he watches them, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But the thing is, he doesn't talk to me about it. He doesn't concern himself about it, which is awesome. I'm down with that. I'm totally cool just reviewing the comic book and just letting it be. Anyway, the way that he did the infected for Sky Tyrant for Hawkman, there was no batarang that ever hit him. He wound up becoming infected in a different way. So he's not truly one of the infected, although he's considered one of the Secret Six. So there's that. And the other writers, they just don't seem to care too much. They're just like, whatever, he's one of the infected now, ish, even though he's technically not. Venditti had a really cool way of tying it into the actual story and making it count, making it matter. Wow. um, Asian Muslim wife born in USSR is the best choice. Cool. Oh crap. Okay, what do I have? Okay, you know what? Oh, I just stepped on the freaking dum dum, and I didn't feel it either. My feet are like I can walk in the snow in them. I honestly can because of all my training in the martial arts, barefoot on wooden, like hardwood floors. I've actually got calluses on my feet, and it's like they're not ugly calluses; they're still pretty. But the idea is like my feet, like the soles of my feet, very solid, so I can actually walk on stuff and or walk in the snow and not be hurt. So I actually didn't feel the freaking wire underneath my feet. The whole thing just anyway. Okay. Ooh, time for a dusting. Yeah, don't want any allergies to pop up. Anyway, how about Power Masters Optimus Prime? Mm, till all are one. Till all are one. Yeah, till all are one. Till all are one. You must take the Matrix, my old friend. You must, my old friend. Yeah. So anyway, um, I've also got the Siege version of Optimus Prime. I didn't get the Leader Class one because who cares? But there is another one that's out or coming out, but I haven't seen it yet in stores that has the trailer. Got to do that because I need the trailer. I got to get Roller. Got to get Roller. My old friend Roller. See you later, Paula. Have a good one. God bless. Next one should be 7 of 9. Oh, I don't have 7 of 9. I don't have any Star Trek figures. I bought my wife a Hora in one of the doll figure ones, but and I'm probably going to bounce before you start throwing a bunch more. I prefer mutants. Oh, I should take off of this wall next. Okay, you know what? I think I'll do that. I'll take off of that wall next. Actually, hopefully I don't need to. Okay, so anyway, so check this out. Anyway, here, what I prefer white women from the Savage Land. I see where you're going with that. Sheena, yep, gotcha. um, he loves Optimus Prime. First crush ever was Pamela Anderson. Was forever into blondes afterwards. Excuse me. Yes, I saw the that was called One Night in Paris. What's the one? There was actually 3 with Pamela Anderson, right? Brett something from Poison was with her once, but then Tommy Lee, for the drummer from I think they were married too for a while. From Motley Crue, they were together. And they did at least 2 porno videos together. The one on the boat was like the most famous one, right? Yes, yes, I know that. Barbed wire, nice. Barb. I was just gonna say, what was the one that she did? Barbed wire. Mark Guerrero, IDW and Boom should do a Power Rangers Transformers crossover. Imagine Optimus Prime and the others turning into a Megazord. Yes, yes. I've actually said that a couple of times. Oh, hey, Jeffrey Lang, what's up? Your phone is lagging. Sorry. You got to find that perfect spot in the house, right? All right. So what do we got? Oh, geez, we went from 40 people to 25 people. Oh, now it's 26. Anyway, so not a whole lot of people. Like a bunch of people falling off and like, dude, it's going too long. I get it. Yeah, hour and a half. That's kind of long. So I am going to bounce out of here. Power Rangers meet the Bolton forces better. How about they all meet John Bolton? How about that? All right, because there's like some kind of a big war, and he's just like a warmonger. I've never met a war I didn't love, with that big mustache. And how about this? You know what? Mark Guerrero always does the little team ups, and all that. How about we do John Bolton versus Michael Bolton? How about that? Who would win in a fight? Michael Bolton versus John Bolton. I like Power Ranger Samurai. Isn't that the one where the dude they actually do the sword on top of his head? He keeps on putting different things on his head. He's able to like. I made fun of that one, and then my kids wound up liking that one. I'm like, okay, now I feel bad because I made fun of something that they like. First and last time that will ever happen. I hope. Hey, Professor, did you catch my older comments? No, son of a gun. No, I didn't. Please repeat it, Sly. Alexandra with another $2 super chat. We want Star Wars: Rise of the Gun. Rise of the Gungans. Bet you just made Silver Surfer happy. Okay, you know what? I'm going to end this now, but I'm going to do a very special Marvel dance, which I haven't done yet. Wait, you want Venom? You want Venom instead of Dupe? You sure? Yeah, that's right. I've got one of the very rare dupes. So make up your mind right now. Do you want Venom, or do you want Venom, or do you want Dupe? Plus, I've only got the one Venom out. So you make up your mind real quick. Professor, what do you think of the possible DC Marvel crossover in 20? It would be 2025, and I just talked about it. Yes, I think it would be amazing, and it's just the idea of putting the idea out there, right? It's putting that seed out there. Yeah, with Jaden, Kevin, Mia, Emily, and Mike. Finally, my favorite Avengers, Antonio, the Gold Ranger. Nice, cool. Okay, you want Dupe? Okay, it's gonna be Dupe. So, but like, okay, how did I always imagine his voice? F Slimer. Anyway, okay, so really quick for patrons, not only are you getting the Wonder Woman review, but you're also getting um, the uncensored with cursing involved, like the 4 or 5 curses that were actually in there of the Suicide Squad. You're getting 2 videos this month because, well, Christmas. Season's greetings. Anyway, and anybody who's not a patron yet, mind you, it's only going to be for the month of January. I don't do a backlog of my stuff. So like the Man of Steel review, if you didn't save that review, it's gone. If you weren't a patron during that month, it's gone. That video is gone. You'll never see that again. The Justice League review, or no, not the I didn't get to Justice League yet. The Batman vs Superman review, the Suicide Squad review, all of those, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to see the Wonder Woman review, and if you want this one-time only thing, then by all means, please jump on and do that. Holy crap. Wilfredo, what's going on, Wilfredo? Thank you for the $5 super chat. Armaments, universal debt, and planned obsolescence. These are these not the 3 pillars of Western prosperity? Our governments suck. And that's also in quotes too, which is pretty interesting. I need to know where that came from. Okay, and you know what? Now we'll do. You know what? Okay, here. I've got the Carnage over here. I'm gonna pull him out without dropping Puma. I hope. Ugh. Let's see. Here we go. I got. Yeah. I'm gonna eat your brains, Spider-Man. You're going down, buddy. Uh, 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 yeah. Uh. Okay, we're done. Aldous Huxley, The Island. Okay, there we go. You know what? I should have known you were going to do that because you kind of set it up before. Okay, I think Slay just sent his comments to me. I'm going to have to leave this down, aren't I? I don't really want to have to leave this down. Oh, no, got him in there. Get in there, Venom. Who did I lose? Who did I just lose? No, Miles Morales fell. And if we were reading the current arc, or the current run by oh, for crying out loud, Ant-Man fell. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix all that stuff later. Anyway, so okay, let's get back over here. You meant the Voltron Force. Where's the MCU Aunt May Nickett review? Sorry, that doesn't exist. Oh, anyway, if you guys want to get the upcoming Wonder Woman review and the uncensored, and you could download them. It's just straight in my Dropbox. Then what do you call it? Just sign up for. I think I've only got two tiers available: a $1 tier and a $2 tier, or I think it's a $5 tier, a $1 tier and a $5 tier. I think I've only got those two tiers. Whatever tier you sign up at, if you sign up at a $1, you get all the good stuff. You sign up at $5, thank you, and you get all the good stuff. So yeah, but you have to sign up before the new year, because once the new year goes up, that's when all of a sudden it's going to say, okay, here's the people who paid for the month of January, and those are the people that I send the videos to. So bang. Okay, Venom. Yes, we got the Venom. Crossover would be Power Rangers. Oh, Power Rangers and Voltron Force. That could be fun also, because they're already they're the original Megazord, right? The late night Star Wars Battlefront 2 grind. Miles Morales versus Terry McGinnis. Probably Terry. He's just got so much more experience. But again, you can't put anything past that freaking danger sense. You just can't. So it's hard to beat a spider character, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're just overpowered, for crying out loud. Also, I'd like to see Masters of the Universe and Injustice animated movie, Power Rangers Injustice. Marvel doesn't seem to cross over with any companies nowadays. Yeah, they rarely do. Oh, okay. Slay was talking. Let's see where. Oh, you met Kevin Smith. Oh, where'd you meet Kevin Smith at? And did you put it in the Facebook group? He mentioned that he originally wanted to kill Foggy in Guardian Devil, but decided on Bullseye killing Karen instead. I think that worked better. Hey, Second Street Marvel, was it? You're just in time to see me leave. Sorry, man. Honestly, really enjoyed his Daredevil run. It was effing amazing. It was really good. And yes, Guardian Devil was amazing. I don't think anybody disputes that one. Let's see. What else we got here? My friend is good at modding on DL. I'm having him make a Baby Yoda mod. No, and you know what? I'm not talking to you anymore, Comic Universal, because if you watch my reviews, you know that his name is Yiddle. I don't care what Star Wars or Jon Favreau or David Filoni say. I don't care what Karen Kathleen Kennedy. I don't care what she said. I don't even care to remember her name, man. I don't care what anybody says. That's Yiddle. That's Yiddle. Okay. You comment way too much. Mark Guerrero doesn't comment way too much. I enjoyed Barbed Wire a lot. You think if they made a good G.I. Joe movie, also Zero Dark 30, that would work? If they made a Predator movie, like in Iraq, that could be fun. That could be really fun. Did you manage to watch the first 3 parts? No, I didn't. I didn't watch them yet. Are they finished? If they're finished, then the DVD should be forthcoming, or I can just watch them all in streaming. Somebody told me I can stream them. Also, oh, I've got 1 hour left of the Irishman. My wife wanted to watch The Irishman, so I was like, okay, yeah, let's watch that. So we started watching, and it's pretty good. It's great seeing Joe Pesci back in acting again. You know what I'm saying? My wife flipped out. She's like, that's the guy from the Kevin movie. I was like, Home Alone. Yes, that's one of the Wet Bandits. That's Joe Pesci. And she's like, yes, I love him. I was like, you know that he's been away from cinema for like 12 years. He's been his band, just slapping the bass, slapping the bass. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I didn't know that. Wow. I was like, hey, he's awesome. Um, I'm sorry, Professor Bill. Please accept a gunk offering. I don't know what a gunk is, but I forgive you. I forgive pretty easily, man, especially when I'm joking in the first place. I have to break that movie down in parts. I guess talking about The Irishman. I met him at London in Genesis Cinema, Jay and Silent Bomb reboot Q&A showing. I love when he does those Q&As. He even hugged. Oh, about the Superman live script. You got a hug? hopefully you're never gonna wash that shirt again, because I mean, you know? And it'd be even better if it was a jersey, because like, that's all that he ever used to wear. Now all he wears that same blazer and the shirt, which I think is hysterical. I wish I met John Schnepp. Now I know that Silver Surfer isn't here because he would jump all over that. Yes, he is a sweaty. He's probably the sweatiest of all of us sweaties. Alexandra, seriously, I started a petition for Star Wars. That's great. If you send that to the Facebook group, I'll sign it, okay? For a change.org thing, we'll do that. Anyway, guys, I am going to jet now. Thank you guys so much for a fun, awesome podcast. Who the heck needs Matthew Rosenberg to promote his new Hawkeye series and whatnot? Go and check out Hawkeye Freefall when it comes out. I'll be reviewing it. Like I said, I don't need him to to promote his stuff. The dude is awesome, and his work speaks for itself as far as I'm concerned. But yes, word of mouth. Oh, and go check out his Twitter thing that he did, where he's actually kind of shooting a bow and arrow in the woods behind his house in Indiana or something like that. That was kind of cute. I retweeted also, so if you want to check my Twitter, you can actually just see it right there. I'll probably find it a whole lot easier. I don't know how much he tweets. Anyway, long live Yiddle. Yes. Gail Simone writing anything right now? Good question. I don't think that he is. Wow, Big E is in the chat. Holy crap, dude. I love you guys in the new day. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to go out and make some almond pancakes right now. Um, joking, but Big E. All right. All of you guys, love you very much. I am out now. All right. I'm going to spend a couple minutes with the kid. They're actually up because it's vacation time. Big E, you can actually see me getting the haircut in one of my This Week in Comics. I did it in the comic book store because my comic book store is awesome. And I also raised $310 doing that. So yeah. All right, guys, I am out. Might have a special guest next week. Who knows? And I'll talk to you guys later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed. Oh, I have to click that twice. Good to know. Now, like, there goes my thunder. There goes my thunder. And y'all know the riddle of thunder, right? The secret of thunder, because you read King Thor, right?